Welcome to Brier's Music Showcase. I am Bryer and welcome back to another video. And this is something I have not done in quite some time. It's time for a good old-fashioned record store finds video, where I'm going to share what I picked up at my local record store recently. So I didn't really get a ton per se. In terms of the CDs, definitely a letdown, I would say. It's been probably the first big letdown I've had going to this particular record store. In a long time, really. But I didn't go out empty-handed. I still left with 5 CDs, and I also picked up some 45s, and I got 2 LPs, and we're gonna go through these right here. But of course, if you're a loyal Patreon, you already know what I picked up, because I always share whatever I pick up for the collection. Those people are the first to find out, and so if you want to be one of those people who wants to see what gets added to collection early on, then feel free to look into my Patreon page that helps support the channel. Which, by the way, we should probably cue that little video thing right now. Brier's Music Showcase is brought to you by the people over at Patreon. Pledge today and get access to exclusive perks. Link in the description. So anyway, we're just going to jump right into this. So we're going to start with the CDs first, because again, there's really not much. So first up, I picked up Blue Oyster Cult, and we have Heaven Forbid. Now what's interesting is that I actually already have a copy of this album. It was sent to me, I believe it was Mickey who sent me this album, but it was only a disc-only copy. But when I saw this at the record store, I'm like, ah, look at this, I now have a complete copy. So I still have the one Mickey sent. I put it somewhere safe. I don't have it with me at the moment, but still pretty cool to have a complete copy in the collection. So it's pretty awesome. I mean, weird album cover. I'm assuming this is supposed to be like Phantom of the Opera, if you will. That's what it looks like on the inside. Then see from here, we got the booklet. Not much to say. You got the lyrics, which is pretty nice. And there's some studio shots, which is kind of cool. You don't really see those too often. Now, I think these albums were pretty hard to come by, these like 90s albums from them. So again, very interesting. I was able to find it. Now I just need to find Curse of the Hidden Mirror, I believe it was called. I need to get a complete copy of that as well. But moving on, here is Lady Gaga with Joanne. Of course, Joanne, I think that's her, at least part of her full name, her original name. I know her, I think I looked up once. Her real name is pretty long, but I know Joanne's part of it. So I bought her debut album some time ago, and I actually kind of enjoyed this. So when I saw this, I thought, might as well give another Lady Gaga album a go. So this one came out in 2016. And from what I've gathered, this is kind of a personal album. Kind of going deep. So I don't know what that will entail, but we'll see how I feel when I dive into it. So I actually have pretty high hopes. I feel like I might like this one. But we'll see. Only time will tell. And you got some stills here. Her on the drums. Kind of interesting. And here is one it's a band I've heard about. I briefly mentioned them in my UFO video a while ago, but we have Gong. Now, Gong are known for being a space rock act, but I think during this period, this came out in '78, they're kind of going more in the jazz rock sort of vein, which should be interesting. I like jazz fusion. This is called Espresso number 2. I don't know what happened to number 1. But yeah, not much to say there really. Pretty basic packaging, I will say, but again, coming in with open arms on that one. And then we have Rod Stewart with Smiler. This is from 1974. And this is one of those albums that probably didn't get that much attention when it came out. I don't think it was a huge seller, but that said, I know there's some guest stars here. I know Elton John sings like a debut, has a duet with Rod on this album, which should be cool. I'm interested in that. Let me see the credits in here. Yeah, there's some covers, a couple originals. Trying to see which one was the song Elton John. Oh yeah, Let Me Be Your Car. written by Elton and Bernie Taupin. We'll see how that feels. Will it be another one of those I'm in love with my car scenarios? But, you know, never know. But there you go. That's Rod Stewart's Smiler. And the last CD I picked up is Frank Zappa again. I picked up Apostrophe. This is, again, from 1974. This is actually a pretty big seller for him when this came out because it actually had a hit single, Don't Eat the Yellow Snow. Yeah, that was the title. But there's the disc right there. Just a Frank photo there. It's the inside. And let's look in the booklets. Looks like it's going to be another one that folds out. Yeah, this gives you some text. And then a little shot of Frank on the guitar. Again, I'm digging Frank Zappa, especially this period of him. So hopefully they'll be in the same vein of what I've heard recently. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And that's all the CDs I picked up. So now we're going to move on to the 45s. So I have picked up 5 singles here. And we're just going to jump into these as well. First up, I have Hey Jude by the Beatles. And the B-side is Revolution. So Hey Jude, of course, it's one of their big songs. To some, it's probably one of their greatest songs they ever made. So it's pretty cool to have it on 45. And I just love the Apple logo. Again, it's just an apple, but on the B side, it's like a half an apple. I just love that. That's pretty nice. I haven't cleaned a lot of these yet. This one I still need to clean still. But still, pretty cool to have this one. It was never on an official studio album, but it's cool to have that. I don't know if these are original, by the way, but still pretty nice. After that, we have Don Henley. I picked up Boys of Summer. I love the song. It's a really good song from Don. Probably my favorite of his solo stuff. I'm not too crazy about his solo stuff, honestly. It's from Geffen label. And the B-side was A Month of Sundays, and I have not heard this. I've not heard the B-side yet, but maybe at some points I'll give that a listen to. But there's that. And then afterward, we have Kim Carnes, Betty Davis Eyes, and this is from her album Mistaken Identity, and the B-side is Miss You Tonight, also from the same album, I think. Now, Kim Carnes is one I should check out because I love the song Betty Davis Eyes. I think it's a cover, and it's a really nice. I really like her voice, very raspy, which I find pretty cool. And I might want to check out the entire album at one point because I really like this Betty Davis Eyes. And Miss You Tonight, again, it's from the same album, so it's on EMI America. So there you go. Then from there we have Billy Joel with Uptown Girl, and the B-side is Careless Talk. And might possibly be my favorite Billy Joel song with Uptown Girl. Love that song. Kind of a little nod to Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons. But still extremely catchy. This is a very fun track. But yeah, pretty nice to have there as well. And then the last 45 I picked up is probably the crowning jewel here. And it's another Queen one. Very happy to find this. We have Play the Game, of course, from The Game. And the B-side is A Human Body, which was not on the album. And I have heard the song before. I mean, Play the Game is great, but Human Body, it's okay. It's a Roger Taylor song. It's not bad. It's not the worst thing in the world, but nothing too remarkable, I will say. But still, cool to find another Queen single. Again, I don't really come across these too often, unfortunately. Hopefully it won't be too long before I find another one. But that's all the 45s there. And now let's get into the 2 LPs I picked up. This first one was not too expensive, actually. And it's from a solo artist, because he was originally from a very big band. And we have George Harrison with his self-titled album from 1979. There's the back there, nice photo of him. Yeah, I really dig this album from George. Might possibly be my favorite album from his solo career. I think the songwriting is very nice. There's some great melodies here. And just produced really well. Produced by George and Russ Titelman. Yeah. Side 1, you have Love Comes to Everyone, which is a great opening song. Not Guilty is really good. Here Comes the Moon, which is kind of like the spiritual successor to Here Comes the Sun. And then probably my favorite song that closes side 1 is Blow Away. I love that song. Then side 2, you have songs like Faster, Dark Sweet Lady, Soft Touch, and Your Love Is Forever. Again, just a very well put together album from him that doesn't really get talked about too much. Again, people talk about Cloud 9 or All Things Must Pass, but I think this is a very underrated. So let's take out the record itself. Has the inner sleeve here. Let's take a look at the record on the Dark Horse record label. So here's side 1. Then here's side 2. I have not played any of these LPs yet. I still need to clean them first. But still, definitely a nice find. Definitely will have fun putting this on the record player every once in a while. So there we go. That's George Harrison. And then the other record I picked up, and it's very fitting given I not that long ago made a whole video talking about my love for this band. Uriah Heep, Demons and Wizards. I already have Look at Yourself already, but now we have the follow-up. Again, as I said in that video, it's one of those like must listen to if you're gonna get into Uriah Heep. It has some of the big songs like The Wizard and Easy Living and stuff like that, but still very heavy, but still has some prog moments. Love the album cover again. Roger Dean, one of my favorites really, especially because one of the rare times he actually has like a humanoid sort of figure on there. He's mostly known for the landscape stuff. Now, I will say, when I got this, I was actually a little confused because I didn't know how to get the record out. Because this side is sealed, nothing on the top, nothing in the back, nothing on the bottom either. So here's how I had to get it out. So you fold it up, you get the gatefold, which is cool because you get a lot of live studio shots of the band and other various shots, which is kind of cool. And then some info here. So what you have to do, there's another flap you fold, which exposes the lyrics, which is, again, kind of nice. And then, after you've done that, then it exposes the opening, and then you can slide it out. Kind of confusing, but, you know, now that I know, and plus, I'm going to put these in separate sleeves anyway, so I'm never going to encounter that again. But there you go, there's the inner sleeve, just an ad for other various Mercury label albums like Rod Stewart's on here. Who else is pretty notable? The Nice is mentioned. And that's pretty much all I know. Look, Uriah Heep, Look at Yourself, it's on there too. So here, let's take it out. Here it is. So here's side 1. And then make sure you can see that, but here is side 2 up next. And that's pretty much it. I'm glad to have this one in my record collection. And that's everything I picked up at the record store. So a lot of interesting stuff. Again, not as many heavy hitters as I normally would get, but at least I didn't go out empty-handed. So let's quickly do a little recap, going in reverse. Starting with the records, we have Uriah Heep, Demons and Wizards, then George Harrison, self-titled. And then for the 45s, we have Queen, Play the Game, then Uptown Girl from Billy Joel, Betty Davis, Eyes, Kim Carnes, Boys of Summer, Don Henley, and then Hey Jude from the Beatles. And then for the CDs, again, we have Frank Zappa, Apostrophe, Rod Stewart, Smiler, Gong, Espresso 2, Joanne from Lady Gaga, and then Blue Oyster Cult, Heaven Forbid. So let me know in the comments what you feel on any of these pickups. And from then on, I will see you in the next video. Again, if you want to support the channel and be the first to find out what other things get added into the collection, again, links to the Patreon page is in the description. But I will see you in the next one. Take care and goodbye for now.